Hey everybody, it's been a while since I made a video showing you what's in my backpack, and everything's changed quite a bit, so I figured I'd make another video just showing you what's in my normal 3-season backpack. First thing is I've got a different pack. This is a homemade pack that I made. It's based loosely on the G4 that you can find instructions on how to make online, and Quest Outfitters sells kits for this as well. But I made one of those and then kind of thought about what modifications I'd like to make, and then went ahead and made them. And this is the pack that I came up with. It's just a frameless kind of rucksack that you use your sleeping pad for a frame. You can see here. But one of the biggest modifications I made is these outside pockets are like a power mesh, and it also has a lid pocket, which acts to keep the rain out of the main pocket. And then there's like a pocket up here, and I keep all of my water and stuff, water treatment in the top too. So let me just go ahead and show you. So this has 2 clips. This unclips there, and then there's a Velcro pocket, or Velcro right up there, and here's the water bladder I use. This is a 1-liter platypus with a hose, and also up here my water filter. This is a platypus Gravity Works. It's just an inline gravity filter. And then this is the dirty water tank that you use to filter that, and that's a 1.8-liter platypus, and I keep that in the top flap there. And then on the sides I have 2 pockets. This one I can reach while I still have the pack on, so in here I keep my cup. This is the smaller of 2 bowls that came in a 3-piece Snow Peak titanium cook set, and I just took the handles off, and I just use this for a cup. I can cook in it if I have to, make my morning coffee in it, or just like dip right into a spring or any kind of water source. It's really convenient to have the extra cup, I think. And then I also have my spork in there. This is a Light My Fire spork, the little one. It's made for kids, but it fits my hand perfectly. And it's a lot lighter than their bigger version, which are pretty popular. I used to carry one of those for a while, but the main difference is that this doesn't have the serrated edge, which acts as a knife, but I've never used it on the other one, and never had to use it, so I don't need that. It's a little bit smaller, but I find that when you grip either the fork or the spoon part, it actually holds a lot more comfortable than the bigger one, where you held it in the middle and it it was like just too short to be able to use by holding it in the middle. So the little one is great. I think that's a lighter weight version, and it actually works better than the bigger version. So that's what I keep in that side pocket. I keep a pack towel, just hanging off. Then over here I have my tent stakes in a bag. I carry 6 titanium stakes and then 2 MSR needle stakes. These can make holes. You can use these to make like pilot holes for the thinner ones, so you don't bend the titanium stakes. And I use the 2 stronger aluminum ones for my ridgeline stakes for my tarp. And then in here I have my ditty bag, which has all of my various like first aid and emergency kind of stuff in here. Toiletries, toothpaste, all that stuff. A lot of random stuff in there, but I also have my journal over here in the side. In case I am you know, taking a break at a nice place and I want to write something down and keep that on the outside of the pocket. On the outside pocket there, and also some extra Kelty trip tees there. So that's what I have on these two outside pockets, and then I also have these two longer vertical pockets. This one fits my tarp. This goes right on the outside there. This is a 7x9 sil nylon tarp. It just goes right in here, acts as a stuff sack, and it's breathable, so in case your tarp is wet, you can just put it in there and it'll dry out during the day. And then in this other vertical pocket, I have my wind shirt, which is just a wind shirt that I made. The outside layer is I think 1.1 ounce ripstop nylon, and it has a lining of Patagonia Capilene 2, so it has a nice mid-weight lining, and then a really lightweight kind of windbreaker material in the outside. So it's really light. It doesn't have a hood, but it's just a windbreaker. So yeah, it's a great insulation and extra warmth layer. So I'll keep these two on the outside. So if I'm taking a break, I'll take that out and put that on if there's any wind, if I'm on the top of a mountain or something. And then of course I said I have the pack towel there, so that's everything that's on the outside of the pack. Across the front of the pack I have this kind of sternum. This replaces my sternum strap. It's a bag. It's based off of Dana Design's wet rib. I reverse engineered one of their wet ribs and made a pattern, and this is what I came up with. So in this main pocket I keep my camera. I usually carry a SLR, either digital or film, and it fits a SLR perfectly. And then in this other side pocket, this was supposed to be for to carry a water bottle, but I find it's great to just carry stuff that you need throughout the day, like a snack, Cliff Bar, or, like here I have my sunglasses, I have my knife. This is a knife. I bought a knife blank and then just wrapped some paracord around for the handle. This only weighs about 2 ounces, and it's a lot more durable than any of the little foldable kind of knives. You'd have to try really hard to break one of these. Let's see what else I have in here. I have a whistle, Fox 40 whistle. One of the loudest whistles you can find. I was a lifeguard on a beach patrol for a long time, and these things are very, very loud, very, very useful. My flashlight, it's just a little Princeton Tech, I think they call it an Eclipse now, but it has a clip on it. You can take it off of the clip. Runs on little watch batteries. It's really, really pretty bright LED. Has a bunch of different modes, and blinks and stuff. And then for a headlamp, I just have a piece of Velcro on here, and then you can just Velcro that onto a hat and use that as a headlamp. Some chapstick, and that's it for this pocket. But so this replaces, I know a lot of people like to use hip belt pockets, and if I just had a sternum strap, I like hip belt pockets as well, but if I'm carrying a camera, which I usually always do, I'll have this, and this will replace any need for any hip belt pockets. Okay, so that's everything on the outside of the pack. So, let's start going into the pack here. I have just a drawstring top. So in the top of the pack, this is my pot. This is the bowl that came in that 3-piece Snow Peak set with the handles removed. I'll just use a sock or glove or something to handle the pot when it's hot. No need for handles. And it has an aluminum lid that I made out of an MSR Whisperlight windscreen, so it's a pretty thick aluminum, and it's I just curled a little lip on there, and you know, it stays on. I have my stove in there now, and it stays on pretty well, so, and it's pretty heavy duty. There's that. Inside my pot I have this little, it's a muslin bag that I use. It's like a reusable tea bag that I use to make coffee for in the morning. I use that to make coffee in the morning. My stove, right now I'm carrying MSR Pocket Rocket. I used alcohol stoves for a really long time. I did the Appalachian Trail with one, but you know, you really can't beat the convenience and ease of use with the canister stoves. You know, I'm a big fan of making your own stuff, but the stove, this thing is really worth its weight. It only weighs about 3 ounces. There are lighter canister stoves that you can get. I think Coleman actually makes the lightest one that's available now, but it's really easy. You know, you just screw it onto the canister and fire it up, and you're good to go. I have a little scrubber brush, just a little part of a green scrubber thing, and of course the bowl itself. So this bowl is actually bigger than the Snow Peak 700, which a lot of people use, and it's a lot lighter as well. It's actually lighter than the Snow Peak 600, which a lot of people use as well. So the only thing is that it's a bit thinner than the mugs, so it flexes a little bit. But you know, as long as you're not, you know, stepping on it or shoving it into your pack, you know, of course you have to take good care of all your equipment anyway, so it shouldn't be a problem. I have my Sil Nylon rain jacket. I'm still carrying the same rain jacket that I have in the past. I went over this in a video that I made before of all my old stuff. I actually used the same pattern for the wind shirt that I did for the Sil Nylon rain jacket. This is a bug net. It integrates with my tarp. Maybe I'll do a video on my shelter system, but I don't always carry this. I'll carry this only when it's in maybe like the late spring, early summer, and I'm in the Cascades and bugs are really bad, like in Oregon or something. With this, it integrates with my tarp and my sleeping bag, and I have full bug protection. And this weighs about 6 ounces, a little more than 6 ounces. But I don't always carry this. Usually I'll just carry a piece of no-seam netting, and I'll stuff it into my sleeping bag and pull it over my head when I go to sleep. And then my clothing bag, just in a Sil Nylon stuff sack that I made. Here's that piece of, you know, no-seam that I'll just pull over my head when I'm sleeping. I have this is just like a running tank top, like a singlet. I'll wear that. Sometimes if it's hot. If it's a little bit cooler, if there's wind, I'll wear this shirt. This is just a Columbia kind of a normal hiking shirt. It's a UPF 50, I think. I have some bottoms. These are Long John silk, Thermosilk Long Johns. An extra pair of running socks. I like to hike in thinner socks. I think the thick ones make your feet, well, they make my feet sweat too much. A lot of people like them. A pair of running gloves, thin running gloves, windproof fleece hat, and that's it in my clothing bag. My clothing bag also serves as a pillow, so if you turn it inside out, in half of it, it also has a layer of the Patagonia capeline too, so it's pretty soft. I can blow up one of my platypus bladders and put it in here, and it's a really nice pillow. Or I can just take this and lay it on top of my shoes and use those for a pillow as well. Having this stuff against your face when you're sleeping is a lot nicer than Sil Nylon. So, and then I just have my sleeping blanket. This is just a sleeping blanket that I made. It's modular, so it actually, you can open it up at the top, and I have a bunch of different layers of Primaloft, different thicknesses that I can stuff into the blanket to make it either warmer or colder as the seasons change. But Yeah, so I mean it's variable in its weight and the temperature rating. Then down in the bottom I have my ground sheet. This is a 3/4 mil polyethylene ground sheet. You know, I used a 2 mil drop cloth for years and years, the same piece for years and years, and never had it puncture or anything. So I knew it was pretty durable. So I went and got some 3/4 inch at my local hardware store. It's the stuff you put around windows for the winter. And that's really light. It weighs about 1.5 ounces, and it's big enough to cover my whole body area underneath the tarp. And that's it for the inside of the pack. And I also have my sleeping mat here. It's held on by a couple pieces of shock cord. This is another change that I made from the G4. The G4 has these like fabric pieces, and I didn't like that. It's, you know, stretching out the fabric, and I just didn't like that design. So I had these pieces of shock cord, and it's a lot easier to get in and out of. I also made the hip belt a lot wider, and kind of made it so it will cup your hip bone, so it's a lot more comfortable. You can actually put more weight on your hips now with this design. I also made the shoulder straps a little wider and put these load lifters on. Load lifters really help out a lot, especially when I'm carrying the water up on the top of the pack. Yeah, and I also carry just a pair of trekking poles, just standard aluminum trekking poles. I use these as the poles for my tarp. Yeah, I don't feel the need for carbon fiber trekking poles or anything. These are just standard REI aluminum trekking poles. And I also carry a hat, just a normal sun hat. The brim is foam. It floats in case it falls into a river or something. But yeah, that's about it. With all this stuff here, with no food or water, the whole thing weighs about a little over 7 pounds, so maybe 7.1 pounds. So it's a bit lighter than my last load. And yeah, I have pretty much everything I need in here to keep me safe and comfortable. So if you have any questions, let me know, or if you have any suggestions, please leave a comment. Thanks for watching.